Good night, Sports Frenzy family. Good night, everyone. Welcome to another Sports Frenzy podcast. I'm your host, Levon, and with me tonight I have Kims once again here. I also have Ryan, the man who is always in the building, resident analyst. And for the first time on the show, we have the man who is known on Facebook as Case and Dazzler. We call him Rasta. Welcome to the show for the first time, boss.
Big up yourself, man. And big up
All
everybody.
right, so
You know what I mean?
yeah, man, I know I got them, man. I have to just give everybody a yellings around here, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
since as we're on the heave and we have been this, we're still on a high based on what has taken place in the Euros. So we're going to start no further than right there. So first up on Saturday, we saw Denmark taking on Wales, and the people were saying that the Wales are that team that plays defensively and they have a lot of solid for a matter, but then you look at it and say overall Denmark is a way superior team. No, a lot of people were saying that would the Danish team use whatever happened to Christian Eriksen as a bargain tool or a bargain chip to actually propel them to go on to do great things this tournament, or would they just get on it? All right, you could actually say that somewhat they have used it as a bargaining chip, knowingly that Mikkel Damsgaard was coming to replace Christian Eriksen as being one of the most influential players in that team. And on Saturday, they made a change and they brought in Kasper Dolberg, and he was the one who propelled them to victory. Kems, I'm going to start with you on that one. What do you make of this Danish team, and do you think that they can actually go on to win this tournament?
Um, in terms of to win the tournament, definitely not, because I'm an English fan, and I definitely think England is going to take it home. But obviously, what happened to Christian is definitely unfortunate, and if you could look at the way how Denmark plays, I can see that they definitely have a chip on their shoulder. They're definitely playing with a lot of the emotions, and with every goal they score, every tackle they make, I can just see the emotions that they're just riding the emotions. So, um, I think they could win the quarterfinals, but after that, I think that's it for them. I think that's the end of the road for them.
All right. Ryan, your take on the game itself, Saturday.
Well, expected game in terms of the playing format. We expected Denmark to have most of the ball to create most of the chance, and for Wales to try and be solid and try to catch them with individual brilliance of Bale, Ramsey, and maybe a cross to Kiefer Moore for a header. Denmark now, they adjusted their formation since the loss of Eriksen and went to a back three and two flying wing backs, along with the front three of Brathwaite. Today it was Saturday it was Dolberg, and who else again was it at the front line? Damsgaard. And so they had fluid movement across the pitch in all areas, and as such, they overran Wales during the course of the game and duly ran out 4-0 winners.
All right, Dazzler, were there any surprise in that match for you, or you just play according to form, knowingly that, as both analysts have said so far, that Denmark are playing with a chip on their shoulder, or did you expect the Wales to actually put up a better showing?
Yeah, me think we're sure, but I think with the whole thing with Christian Eriksen, I think Denmark just have a little, like them get a little kickstart right from there on. And I expect them to go straight to the semi-final, and that's where the fairy tale would be over, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But the match itself, I didn't watch the entire match between them and Wales, but I did have Denmark to beat Wales like 2-1, because Wales is just Ramsey and Bale, and that's it. And they don't really have a cohesive team, like, but Denmark have to give Christian Eriksen something to cheer up about, you know what I mean?
All right. Next up on Saturday was the Italians taking on Austria. A lot of people thought that Italy would have easily rolled over Austria, but it wasn't to be. Austria put up a stout performance, and it was said well. Actually, Austria took the lead, and it was chalked off by VAR, and then it went on to extra time, and from it went to extra time. There was only one winner from there, and the Italians, they came out and they won it in the extra time. But one key thing that I want to point out: why is it that coaches tend to always do this? You have something good going for you, and you always try to tinker with it just to let certain players feel as if, yes, they're entitled to a position. Reason being why I said that. All right, Locatelli has been one of the better Italian players throughout this entire tournament. Why is it that you're going to try to fit in Verratti in one of the most important games of the tournament, knowing that the man only played the game before, just coming back from an injury? Why would you actually do that? And it almost got them kicked out of the tournament. Ryan, go ahead.
I agree. And remember, we were talking about the whole Verratti situation prior as well, where we're saying that as it stands right now, Verratti should not be an automatical starter. Throughout the years, the last 2, 3, 4 years, maybe Verratti had a sure spot in the midfield. That is not the case anymore. And in terms of, you also mentioned it some months back as well, where we were speaking about the dynamics of Italy's midfield. Verratti is similar to a Jorginho type midfielder. So you basically now take away some of the dynamics with having Jorginho and Verratti in the same midfield as opposed to Locatelli. When that change was made, you started to see more fluidity from Italy. And I don't know if you all realized during the course of the game, when Austria was going toe-to-toe with Italy, especially in the second, is that the Italians started to get frustrated. Bonucci, who is the captain, who was supposed to be steadying the ship, was out there cussing his defense and his midfielders, and the goalkeeper having a go at the defenders and the midfielders. It was shambolic during the second half. Even Mancini, who is this calm, suave personality, started to get flustered and throw up him hands and cuss the players and all kind of stuff. So it shows the other teams. I'm sure the other teams are looking at and say, this is how we can get at Italy. This is how we can just throw them off them game, put some pressure on their midfield, try to throw them off, and we can maybe get a goal or two against them. So maybe Austria is showing the other teams in the competition how to get at Italy, because in the group stage, Italy had a free ride.
All right. You point out something that I actually made mention of from the first game that they played. I said it that if you put pressure on their backline, you could create opportunities, because, as I said, it's a aging backline, and yes, you might say experience counts for a lot and all of that, but if you have a slow defense and you have technical players who can actually give them a run for their money, you could create havoc around there. And Austria, well, they're not blessed with a lot of speed, yes, majority of their players, but guess what? They have a physical presence, and that is what got the better of Italy right throughout. And if it wasn't the depth of Italy, they wouldn't have been over the line, because it was Chiesa and Pessina who came in and actually got the 2 goals for them. And at least
it also substantiates the point that if it were a stronger team, because when you realize when the ball went up to the final third and Austria started to create the chance to maybe beat a man and take a shot or control the ball better or something, the play just broke down. So if it was like a stronger team with a stronger attack, they would have gotten goals against Italy with that same playing style and such. Huh?
And guess what also? Finally, Italy has conceded. For the longest while, they haven't. It was 12 matches that they were going on to, and now they have conceded. But all in all, they're no through. But Kirsten, based on how you saw the Italians and all of that, what's your take on them?
All right. First thing first, Italy kind of surprised me with the style of ball them play. but we did see it building up from like a few matches well. We see them kind of play that kind of style of ball game. And Verratti, what I think Mancini game goes for is this trusted and proven player, you know. And Verratti will give a little bit more feel in the midfield. Locatelli is more of a box to box, right?
All right. Jason, start out that and come back. Kim, speak up. What's your take on them?
As it relates to Italy, I was never a big Italian fan, to be honest. I think Italy play boring. You know, over all these years, I think Italy play very boring. You know, that's kind of ironic coming from how England has been playing. You know, but you know, I think Italy. I think this Euros, I think they definitely step it up and they look like one of the contenders. But as Ryan also said, I believe Austria unlocked a lot of secrets that a lot of teams probably never really know or wouldn't be able to figure out.
Don't tell me say my internet.
Continue, games.
Yeah. So I definitely think because for a team like Austria, for take Italy down to the wire, take them down to extra time, I definitely think it opened a lot of doors for who Italy playing next. They're playing Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's it for Italy. Another road for Italy. I think definitely Belgium has too much firepower for them, for Italy to overcome that. So it was a good run by Italy, but I think this is the end of the road for them.
But if you look at it though, I don't want to get ahead of our prediction and our analysis, but this said that Kevin De Bruyne and Eden Hazard might miss that clash. So there's hope for the Italians after all.
You said that too, Kevin. You said Kevin De Bruyne and Hazard.
Yeah.
I still think that because when we talk about the former Manchester United player Lukaku, I saw a quote from him the other day that he should be in the conversation with the Hurricanes of the world and all those top class players. So if he is who he wants us to believe he is, he's supposed to be able to take over and and to beat Italy.
Okay. Dazzler, you were making a point before you jumped out for whatever reason. Don't know if it's slow flow or it's stupid yourself. But what were you saying?
Yo, brother. No,
Why does that
again? Italy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's start of the connection and come back, man. So we're going to move on and wait until that's the start of the connection because the connection is giving us a bad feedback. Next up, which was yesterday, we saw the Dutch taking on Czech Republic. A lot of people are saying that there are dark horses in this competition, and people said that it was Turkey and other teams. But if you actually look at this team from day one, this Czech team, and I even mentioned it to Josh, I said to him that the thing that I like about the Czech is that they're well organized. In terms of defensive organization, they're good. Knowing that they have the two Premier League players in Kufal and Souček. Then they have a former Chelsea player, Thomas Kallas. Then they have a chick from Leverkusen. I said that if you look at it, they don't necessarily have superstars, but what they do is that they play as a team. And yesterday, yes, it was a calamitous hack by De Ligt. But if you look at it from overall, you could actually see that it was coming. From a far distance, you could see it because based on how Netherlands were playing, and you remember that you're profiting us, so you always see this thing before they happen. But if you look at it though, all throughout they got a chance, and Daniel Malen hadn't he hesitated, the Dutch would have been 1-0 up. And from that same play, the Czech went down the other end, boom, there comes a goal. Kim, you've seen this team, right? And
yes.
You know that Jamaica has a lot of Dutch fans. Lot of Dutch. Well, some of them are Wagonist either way because when the Dutch is down, you know that they don't really support them. Once they see something start come up again, they jump on. But the Czech overall, where did you see that they get the better of this Dutch team yesterday?
To be honest with you, never really get to watch all of the game. I did view a little bit of the highlights, but I remember when England, no more as I mentioned the English team. I remember when England played this Czech team, and I saw a bunch of comments in the group talking about England workless, they must struggle with Czech, and I say, I'm not really sure if because Czech Republic is not a big name like England or Belgium or Italy and things, so people kind of underestimate them. But if you look at Czech, from me, when I look on them, especially when I play against England, and the really highlights of my view versus Netherlands is that they play very organized, right? And with Czech, they're not going to beat themselves. So you have to definitely come for beat them. You understand me? And, that's one of the biggest things that I took away from the game with the Netherlands, because, the Czech, them set them defense, them set them midfield, and them have them attack. And them are going to play towards whatever system that them have, and them not going to deviate from that system. So you have to definitely come to beat them, and they were just a better team yesterday. And I remember you were saying something about Netherlands as well. I think I had listened to the show a couple of times ago. You were saying something about Netherlands. I say, they were missing a lot of chances. They were missing a lot of chances and stuff. Those chances, you can't go to the bank and don't cash a check, because it's always going to come back around to bite you.
All right, Kason. I hope that you're here because I really need the views on this, because you have been one of those persons that has been most vocal.
Brother, I don't know how through the internet. I want my internet hour.
Your internet are the problem, fam.
My internet, brother, my internet, everything I go full blast.
Boss, your internet is as slow as
Come on, Levan.
a bat. Your internet sucks right now, bro. All right, I'm asking you about the Dutch because you have been one of the most critical about them.
What the Dutch? It just them just so seem them not sufficient. The first game, I say, them will be the headache in that time. And so said, so done. You know what I mean? Memphis, Depay. It just seems, I don't know if it's a Barcelona deal or what. Just never seen on it. Marlon now and never do that. So I don't know what's up with that. And then now the ex-Liverpool, where would have run in the middle, like he was totally off against the Czech. You not hear him, by the way? Laughing, Mr. Aguan, man.
Yeah, man, like here.
Everybody laughs and I wonder if I laugh and laugh 2 hours.
No, man, continue, man.
Yeah, but I say and Ronald De Boer Frank. He seems to make some of the weirdest changes them in the game. At a point where they need that kind of cohesion in the attack and all these things, and I didn't see it coming from them. But I did kind of sense it from the game. That's why I didn't make the post. That's why you could have said that to me. So I never really fancied the Dutch, them, to be honest.
There goes again. That's that. Tell her that it's your connection. That's a sort it out and return. But Ryan, your take on the Dutch, because all right, you made a valid point, because that is one thing that I've been most critical of them about. Their cohesion and when you look at them, man, they miss way too much opportunities, and for a team that you expect to go on, you can't be missing this plethora of opportunities. However, yesterday they weren't able to create any whatsoever. And if you look at them also, people are saying that the Achilles heels of this team is actually a striker, but he started Wout Weghorst in the first game. After that, he started to bench him, brought in Daniel Malen for whatever reason. Yes, he assisted a goal, but if you look at him overall through the tournament, he didn't have a tournament that was all that lighting up based on how people are making it to be. But your take on them, Ryan?
For the Dutch, it was always a matter of time for me, based on since Frank took over and their inconsistent form up until the tournament, and then during the first match of the tournament, when they luckily got that win against Ukraine, and then they got 2 games that they were supposed to win, and they breezed through them, and got out the group with maximum 9 points. I still was not convinced. I even said it yesterday that this could be the first shock in the round of 16. So said, so done. I was never convinced by the Dutch. I was never convinced I never thought Frank de Boer was doing anything special during the group stage, except for the fact that the players were just better than who they were going up against. Now, they met an organized team who is not better than them, even though, to be honest with you, the red card played a significant role in changing the game. But at the end of the day, you still have to do your thing. The red card alone don't give you 2 goals. You have to go out there and score your 2 goals. The Czechs did what they had to do to win. They were organized, they maintained their organization, and they duly got their 2 goals by playing good football.
All right. That's like there now.
Yeah, I switch lanes, so I don't know if it work properly now.
Yeah, man, you sound way better.
Boss. Whenever they you're still along for the night, man.
I hit this one.
All right. Next up, we saw Belgium taking on Portugal in a match that was billed as the game of the day, but somewhat failed to live up to the expectations because based on how it was put across, the quality on show was poor from my standpoint. It was very poor. Poor game overall, and the Belgians got a well-deserved, you could probably say a well-deserved lead based on how they were playing for the first 15 minutes. 15 to 20, you know that after that it was all Portugal for the remainder of the half, but a moment of brilliance. And the thing is that when you have boring games like these and games that lack quality, you just need one man to pop up with a moment of brilliance, and then that is it. The Portuguese often they puff, but it wasn't to be. Yeah, Kems, go ahead.
I have a question. So, I realize you mentioned that the game lacked quality. So I just have a question. Was the goat milk, was he playing in the game or not?
He played very good.
Very
He
good.
played very good.
Yeah.
One call very good. I want really.
And again, these are the things that we talk.
So because him not scoring, not play good. Okay.
No, brother. We not talk about him no scoring, no play good. Come on, man.
You're referring to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo played very good in the game.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That was just a normal outing by Ronaldo. It wasn't nothing to talk about. Come on. First thing first, the game itself was a snore fest. Me drop asleep and wake up back. And no joke, Me drop asleep and about 10 minutes after when me wake up, the moments of brilliance were Levante that talk about. Decide the match. You know what I mean? It was just a dull game. It wasn't anything to talk about. Even the Ronaldo way you're talking about, it's just maybe Cristiano Ronaldo is your player, so you just want to talk about him like that. But
and maybe he's not your player. You don't want to talk about him.
No, Ryan, you see me? Me give my fear comment when time I reach to players, If Messi not do good, I would say Messi not do good. If him do bad, me say him was awful. Ronaldo was just a normal game for him. It wasn't nothing spectacular. Nothing to talk.
I never said
he
was
can
spectacular.
remember
I said he
anything
played
that
well.
Ronaldo doing at that game.
What?
I never said he was spectacular.
All right,
Ronaldo was one of the better players on the Portugal team.
All right.
Ronaldo and
I
Sanchez.
agree, Ryan. He was one of
Sanchez.
a bad bunch.
You said
Exactly.
you
Ronaldo
said,
and
Ryan,
Sanchez.
Ryan, hold on. Ryan,
Sanchez.
you said you,
Hold on. Renato Sanchez was the best player on the team, and I put
was
Ronaldo
going to-
second to him.
that is where I was going to. I was saying if you said Ronaldo CR7 was very good, what you would say about Sanchez? I think Sanchez was good. You know what I mean?
And also the other holding midfielder, Palina. Palina was good.
Palina.
No,
Yeah,
Palina was awful. Was trash. Was
It
total
wasn't.
rubbish.
Ryan,
Was total rubbish.
Ryan, hold on, Ryan.
The man get
No,
you know see at one stage Pepe have to tell him say brethren, you're in the man them way. Come out of the man when he wasn't
Pepe can't
Sanchez and support. Then the foul and the Lukaku play when him try to take off Lukaku's shirt.
Alright,
The yellow card. The man should have gotten a red card about 2 times in the game.
Yeah, but Ryan.
The man was awful. The man was the worst player on the team.
Ryan, even if he did forget a red card, a yellow card, or whatever card they wanna be, he was one of the players them that was.
It's gonna alone me here, so that you know.
No, he was one of the players them that was in
the man was awful, brother.
I don't know what you call awful because you just say Ronaldo was very good. I know you're saying the
Palina was
awful. So I don't know what
the man don't even know in position.
Ryan, listen, Ryan. You know the throat that first half, right? He was the one who was on the end of a lot of Belgian attacks. He was the one to save the Portuguese and a lot of those attacks from the.
Why? Because him try to take off Lukaku close and Lukaku run left him same way.
Boss, come on, they're better than that.
Ryan, man. That's what I'm joking.
The man was awful, brother. The man was the worst, arguably the worst Portuguese player.
I disagree. When there was a Diego Jota and Bernardo Silva on the field, come on, man.
All right, you know you talk the language.
In the right now the same bracket with them.
No,
but overall though, it was a poor game.
I think Palino, yeah, he have a few little moments, yes, but overall, I think he was one of them that was in the game for Portugal.
The man never even won the ball. When the ball was, that normally a DM drop to collect the ball, split the midfield, split the defense and collect the ball. The man don't even want the ball. The man is shy away from the ball. So Diaz and Pepe have to come up more and try play the ball to Sanchez and Martino. The man never even want the ball. I want to go and tell me that man play good.
Yeah, well, man, the
man don't want the ball. He just want to try to tackle. And when him tackle,
Ryan, you're going to tell me that, Ryan.
You miss tackle, him kick players in their head and their face. Him tear off people clothes. The man was
Ryan,
never use your own logics and kill him. You know why? All right, you say Ronaldo played well. You tell me the same Ronaldo got a free kick right close to the edge of the box and kicked it straight into the wall. That same Ronaldo.
That's a free kick. I'm not going to kick free kick good.
Take him off. So basically, you're saying that he played well. You know that he's not good for a free kick.
No, but that's a free kick. Free kick is not the play pattern.
They build him up as this big free kick.
We all know Ronaldo can't kick free kick for 5 years now. So we could never talk about that.
Yes, we might over it. And you say want to play very well. So your team needed a moment of brilliance again to get back into the game.
No, he didn't say. No, Levan, he didn't say very well enough. Because you have the mark of it very well enough. The man said Cristiano Ronaldo was very good.
Very good.
Very good.
So that team play well.
Brilliant, fascinating, scintillating. All of these words, brother, are very good. The man say,
Me never said that though, but let's move on.
You said very good.
You said that he was very good.
Yeah,
very good. Anyway, he was the second best player on the team.
Okay, Levon, let me ask you another question, right?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Let me ask you another question, right? Remember, them tell me say goat milk are the best thing ever, right? So
we're going to talk about Ronaldo. We're going to you're targeting Ronaldo here.
Hold on. I'm asking the host a question. Can I ask a question, sir?
Yeah, man, go ahead, man.
Let me ask the host a question. All right. So them say goat milk are the best thing ever, right? Levon, wouldn't you agree that these are the games? Remember, no penalty was given, so you can't celebrate the penalty. Wouldn't you agree, Levon, that these are the games that if you are the GOAT, right? Not the goat milk, but the GOAT, right? If you are the GOAT, these are the games that you must show up in. Remember, your team is playing Belgium. I don't even remember which number Belgium is ranked. Remind me.
One.
All right. You play
It was
number
5
one.
versus 1.
You play the number one team. You are the GOAT. Come up now. This is now your chance to show yourself that, when we call you Penaldo and we call you all kind of names, we are disrespecting you. Show us your greatness. No. Remember, the last time Portugal win Euros, what happened? Ronaldo was on the bench. And his fans still give him credit for it. Now is the time I want to see the goat milk show up, and he disappointed. He failed. But now you're saying play very good. Drop team. Understand that? I need for raise on the standards, man.
All right. Here me have to say. Me have the coach to blame for how Portugal play. Because when you look on the players,
Thank you very much,
brother.
Thank you very much.
When you look on the players them Portugal have, there's no way Portugal should not play them in ball game there. I stick behind the ball and I try to hit a team on the counter. It's only when Belgium did even score, me see them kind of come out of them shell, But that still does not take away the fact that Ronaldo was just okay in the game. But we can move on from this, as we said before.
Of course, we're going to move on. We're going to move on to something more entertaining. We're not going to spend the rest of the night on some snore fest. So earlier on today, the game started off a bit bleaky, but as it went on, everything just started to get bright and sunny. Talking about the Croatian taking on the Spain team, and I'm sure that, there's a particular fan that says, Spain will go on to win this tournament, boss. A team that concedes goal like that in the dying moments of games, I have nowhere to go. So let's point out that clearly. But the moment of that game was that Unai Simon moment. I loved it, man. Remind me of a few keepers. And it proves one thing to me. Unai Simon, David De Gea, and Kepa Arrizabalaga is just of the same ilk.
Remember that Kepa and Unai Simon were teammates,
Say that. You learn from the best.
You forget that.
But overall, about the game itself, though, because we're not going to spend much talk about that. Dazzler, I'm going to start with you on this one, though.
The game started off a little bit slow. Because me watch it and I say, the game don't really have the kind of feel. But it really bursts into life. And I think at the end of the day, Spain was deserving the winner of this match. And it give you a good entertainment in the 90 minutes. And then now, in the extra time, Spain just take over in the match itself. And the same goalkeeper you're talking about, I think he came back and made about 2 to 3 brilliant saves. But it was one of the match at the tournament so far still.
All right, that's love. One thing that I want to point out, though, I remember you and I had a discussion some time ago about who is actually the main man for Spain when it comes down to their attacking influence, and we somewhat agreed that it was Dani Olmo, and he was the one who came on and changed the game for Spain because he assisted both those goals in the dying moments for them. And
yes. But
those
I
crossfield balls, man.
Olmo could have played for Croatia too, right?
Yeah.
I think he's a special talent, But when him start the game, the first the earlier games, he never really looked that threatening. Maybe because he was dropped for this match or whatever, he came on and he really changed the whole game for Spain.
Or could it be that the dynamism changed, knowing that in the previous game they were just playing a ball retention type of game where you just pass. And if you know what Daniel Mo played, that is not necessarily his type of game.
Yeah.
When you look at all Leipzig and all of that, this man is a man that runs with the ball and just shoot from wherever. You know
Or
that
make
this
a
is
long pass
Leipzig. Yeah.
or a square. He's not the tiki-taka type of player like what the other Spaniards are.
Or he's more
No.
direct.
He has more dynamism to his play.
But Ryan, your take on the game itself.
Well, as Laszlo was saying, the game started boring. Then Unai Simon decided to give us something to laugh about, and then the game burst into life. It was like a friendly match. You know, normally tournament games tend to be cagey and nobody don't want to lose in a knockout and whatever. This was just more open. The defense, I don't know, defense maybe never turned up to that. And we got goals as a result. And yeah, it was an exciting game, and we got some goals in our round of 16 game, and hopefully the other games tomorrow follow a similar exciting pattern. Not
Jump the
necessarily.
gun. I love jump the gun so much.
No, it's just tomorrow. We just need for the same pattern to continue.
Kems, you've seen some Spanish fans saying that they're going on to win this tournament. Well, you already said that England will win it. But in terms of a challenger, do you think that they can probably go on to become one of the final? Well, yeah, finalists, because I believe England and Spain is on the other side of the draw. So yeah, it's possible. Do you think that they can go on to reach a final? Kems, that's one for you.
No, I'm saying I like Spain. Sergio Busquets, real anchor. But my problem with Spain is, obviously they got some goals today, which is good, but their goal scoring, Morata, I'm not sure about him. I mean, he scored today in extra time, but he misses too much easy chances. And as I said earlier, you can't you can't take a check to the bank and you don't cash it, because they're going to end up catch up with you. But Spain, I believe they should win. I believe they should win the next match. If they fix the goal scoring, I definitely think that they could go, not beat England, but they could go far enough.
Because all right, well, we're not going to talk about it yet, but they will be playing against Switzerland in the next round. Afterwards, we thought that hey, we couldn't have seen more entertainment than we already saw in one game after they already knowing that the trend as it is with Euros so far, if you have an entertaining match in the morning, then the one in the afternoon tend to be boring. But it wasn't to be, and here comes France against Switzerland, and the Swiss went through on penalties. Ryan, I'm going to start with you on this one now. What's your take?
Similar to the first game, started off cagey, then burst into life. Well, the Swiss scored early. The game wasn't really exciting for the first 15 minutes until the Swiss scored. Even when they scored, it was still meandering somewhat. And the second half was when the game actually heated up after Deschamps decided to not be stupid anymore and go to a back four. I don't know why. I don't like to see when the better teams try to set up to match the lesser teams. And he did exactly that. He's such a defensive coach that even though he has the better team, he's trying to match up to the lesser team with a back three. I understand that he had injuries and whatnot to his left backs, but still you could have done what you did in the second half, started that same way. And somehow common sense prevailed. He went to a back four and the French started to play better because of the fluidity that the back four allowed them to have. They got 2 goals, well, 3 goals rather, and somehow they got complacent and allowed the Swiss to get 2 goals before the end of the 90 minutes. And the Swiss decided in extra time to try and play sit back and try and hold for a draw and go to penalties and test their luck there, and it paid off. So congrats to the Swiss.
All right, I'm going to save Dazzler views for last because I know that he's ready to go about a particular player now, but there's a man on the show. What a man, Dazzler. There's a man on the show that this man loves Pogba. I don't know why this guy loves Pogba this much, but talking about games, well, he scored a special today, but again, as I keep on pointing out, he's a Manchester United player, but what bothers me about this man is that he's so damn inconsistent, and I'm not a fan of inconsistent players. Over to you, Kims.
All right. without even singling out Pogba, what I kind of notice, and you can tell me if you agree with me, what I kind of notice with the French team is that, we can arguably say the French team is one of the best teams in Europe, right? But when they play teams, for example, they play Switzerland today, and you couldn't tell if France play Switzerland because France just never, until the second half, as Ryan mentioned, they just never dominate the game from the whistle. I've watched France all competition, and it looked like France just, it's like they're just going on, like, say, okay, we don't ready to turn it on yet. We soon turn it on, and then they turn it on. But for Pogba, I think Pogba has been sensational all tournament. You know me already. I think, his vision, I think he has played better for the French team than he's played for Manchester United, mainly because of the pieces around him. Obviously at Manchester United, he's not playing with Kante, he's not playing with Griezmann, he's not playing with Mbappe, he's not playing with all of those people. So I believe, it also gives him a lot of confidence.
Hold on. Don't call Griezmann name that. Griezmann is a bug.
No, Griezmann is good for country.
Bug.
No. Griezmann plays well for France. But I just believe Pogba have, as you say, is inconsistent, but I don't know. For France, I see him with a sense of urgency. I see him making less mistakes. I see him taking, I think the coach also has a lot more confidence in him than Ole. So unfortunate that Mbappe missed the penalty, but I'm glad that France is actually out, so Pogba can get some rest as Manchester tries to get that title.
Facts of life. We should not wishing them go home tomorrow. Dazzler, your boy Jaka. Why man had a scintillating game, man.
Dominate. Here what happened now. The game start off good. I don't know what kind of game Ryan did I watch in the first, but it was totally different from the Spain match. The game start off good, nice flow, nice. But maybe because Ryan was looking for France to impose themselves on the game.
Probably.
What happened? Yes. Well, so what happened is that same player that most Arsenal fans will tell me he's not good. But because I watch football and I watch it kind of little more deeply than some of them on social media come talk. He controlled the game, play the game at his own tempo, the tempo where Switzerland will be more effective. And the only time France get to come into the game is when Lloris made that save, because Switzerland should have been 3-1 up. 3-0 up.
2-0 up.
It's about 3-1. 3-0 up because Embolo, that cross that he made, that should have been a goal a little bit before them get the penalty. And Zuba, Xhaka, and the number 4. I don't remember what's his name. The number 4. He played in the defense.
Okay.
Something
like you're talking about Elvedi.
Yeah, right.
Elvedi.
Those 3 players was monster for Switzerland. And I just want to tell you this. I've been watching the Euro from its start. This was the match of the tournament. it was like a ding-dong battle because Pogba couldn't get in the game until the second half, until the missed penalty. Kante was just running around, not doing nothing too tough. But apparently, I've noticed this thing from a good while now. Every time Pogba and Kante come up against Xhaka, whether Chelsea or Manchester United, Xhaka seems to dominate the midfield over them every single time.
That's his 2 good games for the season.
That's like continue, man.
No, because anytime me hear no laughing, I don't know, not laugh, but I will start laugh too.
Oh, you never hear me, sir?
That's like what the man said. What the man says. Zine, you says anytime Xhaka come up against United and Chelsea.
With Pogba and Kante.
Yeah, man, with Pogba and Kante.
Always tends to dominate midfield more than them. He always outclass them. And it's not a joke. You can check back the history.
Yes, so all right, watch it on the Dazzler. So where the joke came in was that Ryan said that that's only 2 games for the season. So
that's only 2 good games.
No, 2 good games. 2 good games for one season. That are the season we're just gone. We attack every season before. What is wrong with Ryan? Ryan ball and move at a faster pace, you know. Get up.
You know, here we're going at someone. What continue?
What is Ryan saying? Ryan, talk me here, no man. Because I'm not hear you.
Mr. You said Xhaka played good against Pogba and Kante. I said that's his 2 good games for the season. You know, Xhaka not a consistent. Don't consistently give good games. You know that.
No. Listen to me now. Me can't tell you this. You see, Xhaka. One thing I noticed with English football, our English fans, they don't appreciate deep line playmakers.
Xhaka is not a playmaker.
Huh?
What has Xhaka play make fast now?
Then me and you can discuss this.
Xhaka just have him 1 and 2 good games.
Ryan, to be fair to Ryan. To be fair to Ryan, he actually is. He's actually a deep line playmaker.
Then it don't make sense we have a discussion right there, brother.
He actually is, man.
Yeah.
Jorginho.
But him dive in top of them.
And a same way them deal with him over your side too. Right now, maybe you never want to see Jorginho on our side.
No, I don't like Jorginho.
The same thing, but I see him exact thing. Fred is kind of like a bit different still, but Fred is the same.
Come from Malta. That's like if you go keep Xhaka in the same light with Fred.
No, listen.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you about deep line playmaker.
No, you are correct in a sense, you know, it's just that
you're right.
they're very inconsistent.
No,
they are very inconsistent in terms of their playmaking ability.
Bro. But what you call inconsistent, you know? If him sound love go by numbers, you know. If you check the numbers, you know, the numbers them is more consistent than where when you say inconsistent. You see me I say? But me not just use numbers alone. The only deep line playmaker that not get the brunt of the English fans or the Premier League fans is Raji. And the only reason is because Raji win. It's because Raji winning, you know.
Don't agree with that. I think Raji is average. Pretty average.
Then at the same thing, you go back to deep line. Hey, you know me I gonna say to you? Me would want to see Pirlo playing in English league, you know.
We would get the Jorginho treatment.
They would have given the Jorginho treatment, and Xavi Alonso was there, but he never get the real top ratings until then he go a Bayern.
No man, Alonso they get ratings, man.
He never get
you
the real
think
ratings
so?
when they forget.
You not really?
Have some other someone with hype up, but that's okay. But me know, sir. But one thing when me know, me hear Levan I say who Manchester United want a defensive midfielder, and I don't even remember the defensive midfielder you were talking about. But I don't want to stray too much on it, but deep line playmakers are more preferred these days as to an out and out what you would call a citadel, a defensive midfielder.
All right,
But
okay, so
back
one
to the
thing I want to point
Switzerland
out,
game.
hold on, man. The thing is that, you see, if you have two playmakers in a team, you're going to need a defensive player in that aspect. See, so for
Yes, but
instance, you look at Man United, right?
no, but if you all go for a defensive midfielder, it has to be good on the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Has to
not
be
going for no
good on the
stuff
ball.
like that, boss. Come on, man.
Well,
But
so
let's
how me see the game evolve right now. The
get.
place
I
where
see
they
what
would
I
have
see where
that
you're
the
getting at,
sitter is where them deploy now a deep line playmaker.
All right. So we're going to move on now, and we're going to look at the games that will take place tomorrow. First up at 11 a.m. is the big one. It's the English fans against me. No,
It
not
is Josh
German fans.
Carl,
I am the only one that is carrying
Josh
Germany. I
Carl
don't know
versus
nobody else from
Levan.
Wagon. Yeah, man, I'm a same back in our country. So, Ryan and Kims and Josh. Yeah, man. Let's make one thing clear right now. So first up, Gareth is coming tomorrow to do one thing. He's going to play three at the back. Ryan, I know that you don't like that. He's also going to play Kyle Walker at right centre back, Kieran Trippier at right wing back. Bring it on, boss. Joshua Kimmich will have a field day against those guys, but let me not say anything else because England will win tomorrow. Kems, start with you.
Boy, I don't really know what can. Southgate, not really sure what approach to the on, but as you rightly said, England will win tomorrow. No doubt about it.
Of course,
England will win 2-0 tomorrow. I think common sense. What I think is happening, I think that leak out about three at the back, as Ryan said earlier about the
Lesser teams.
huh?
Better teams and lesser teams.
Yeah. And also, as you said, when you say common sense prevail, I think common sense will prevail for Southgate tomorrow. When him say, all right, this is not the way we win. England have to play to them strength. I don't think playing three at the back. And this is not Germany. This is not the Germany team of all. This is not the Germany team when anybody fear. So you don't have to go in there fear no Germany. I think Harry Kane finally will get a goal. I think he'll get his shooting boots on tomorrow. Obviously, Raheem Sterling has been scoring, and I think Sancho, will be the difference maker. I don't know why I'm going to tell Southgate or something, but I think he will be the difference maker tomorrow. Huh?
No, Sancho will not be a difference. Sancho will not be a difference maker. You know why? Sancho will not get any game time tomorrow. Just watch the pre.
I want to be surprised.
Maybe rightly so. And maybe rightly so too. But one thing me have to say, anyhow, Southgate start three at the back, England lose. Anyhow,
He's going to start three at the back.
If them start three at the back against Germany, England lose. But
I can't disagree
one thing though.
with that.
Yeah, you can.
I said I can't disagree with you on that. Why you think me I go against you when I
No, the man agree with it as well.
Oh, I didn't hear you say agree. But what I'm saying, England have a very good chance of beating Germany tomorrow. Because to be honest with you, Germany defense not look so bossy, Ginter and Hummels, them not look so bossy. And I'm not sure if Saka gonna start. Well, I might Arsenal you that, but if Saka start and Raheem Sterling start, I think they will have a more fluid in an attack because Raheem Sterling are gonna make the runs them, which because of how deep Kane him come for the ball. Raheem Sterling is the one that run behind him. So Raheem Sterling has to start. Depends don't matter what Levan wants to say, Raheem Sterling have to start tomorrow. It can be Saka and it can be Foden. You know what I mean? But maybe them start Saka tomorrow because of the man of the match performance in the last game. And but one thing though, there were I did hear some noises in the English media. I said Grealish must start, but where Grealish must start really? I don't know where Grealish must start because they have Grealish as a number 10, but Grealish is not really a number 10. Grealish is a playmaker that play wide, like Hazard and so forth. But they were talking about get rid of one of the defensive midfielder, right? But if any game they should play two defensive midfielder, it is against Germany. But I'm kind of leaning towards
point them done.
Seriously, but we kind of lead towards England edging.
England.
Yeah.
Germany dead, man.
Yeah, man. But Brian, that's that mention a point earlier, and it was before the podcast actually started. I said it to Josh that England is going to come with Rice and Calvin Phillips tomorrow. One of them is going to be man marking Tony Cruz. But guess what is going to be at the detriment of that? They're going to allow space for Joshua Kimmich to work. And then that is
I'm going to disagree there. And I'm going to tell you why I disagree with you.
Go on, man.
Remember, if you are going to play two DMs, remember I said it to you in the Portugal match when Portugal lined up with two DMs, and I said to you that the DMs were not doing their jobs properly because a DM job is to also pick up the wing backs. And the Portuguese DMs did not do that. If England line up tomorrow with Phillips and Rice, their jobs will also be to track the wing backs when they are going good. DMs don't just sit and mark midfielders. They're supposed to also go across, shuffle across, and also help with the defense. Or you can split the defense and make it a 3 and one go up, one go wide, or one go on a midfielder, or whatever. It's supposed to be a fluid system. As I was saying earlier as well, I was saying to you that the better team should not try and match up to the smaller teams. If we are going to be honest here, England have the better squad.
Have you played like
but that don't mean England will win, because Southgate can decide to make a mess of it and decide to in can start the right formation, a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, whatever it is, and still decide to play negative and allow Germany to come at England when England really has more to their game than Germany. This German team is not as strong as it once was, if we're going to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the onus is on England at home and with a better team to go out and play properly. Because a lot of people in the media, they were saying it about Croatia as well, that England should play defensive against Croatia, the Gary Neville's of this world, who I don't take seriously where coaching is concerned. He's saying, oh, we should line up defensive and this and that. No, we are a better team than that. The whole time something needs to cut out. You can't have all of these technical players and you want to play them.
Ryan, you keep on talking about you guys should do this and do that. Boss, it's not going to happen. So we keep on thinking that, Southgate is going to change overnight. It's not going to happen.
No, I am not expecting, that's what I'm saying to you. I'm not expecting Southgate to go out there and play attacking football, even though England have the better players to do that. I expect, and remember that Sterling and Maguire said it, that England is going to play tournament football. So you're not going
to Maguire the Prime Lucia.
Whatever it is. Anyway, let me just finish my point here. I don't expect England to play attractive football tomorrow, but hopefully when we get the chances, we can put them away and we don't go with that back three nonsense to try and match up. And because I don't see us matching up to Germany that way, to be honest with you. I think we should play what we are good at and to use the players' technical ability to counteract Germany, because Germany defense is not the best. It can be hard. The midfield can be overrun, and the wing backs will give space. But I think England goes as far as I think Germany goes as far as England.
And they keep on talking about the Germans will do this, the Germans will do that. You know, the same thing that you're being critical of with the German team is the same laps that you guys have if you go 3 at the back. So you're acting like, say, oh, it's just German has those flaws. You have the flaws as well, so don't make it seem
no, but
one-sided,
I already point out England flaws. Before,
But
Here what happened now. Here what happened now.
All right, Kibbs.
Here my thing with the German side now. It's a forward line that, to me, is the one of the in the German team, because I don't even know who them gonna use as them centre forward.
Gnabry.
Who you think them gonna use, Levan?
Gnabry is going to start up there, man.
He's not a forward, but he's not a centre forward. He's not gonna hold up the play. He's gonna make the runs and behind.
All right, so Dazzler, what is going to happen is that there's going to be an interchange of the roles between Havertz, Gnabry, and if Muller starts tomorrow.
Yeah, false nine.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it. But when saying that again, it is Germany against England, so we can't just rule on in Germany like that. I think they're gonna put up a good fight. I just feel like England just are gonna have a little bit more to bring them across the line. Just my thinking. Well, if tomorrow come and Germany win, it would be a surprise.
Not to me. Yeah.
So Levon, I just really want to hear, since you're the lone German fan here, I just want to hear, from your standpoint. I know you're being sarcastic when you say England is going to win, but I just want to hear from your standpoint why you believe Germany is going to win.
Why?
Go ahead.
All right, so it start off with the first thing that Solly is going to do tomorrow. He's going to come with a 3 at the back. They come with a 3 at the back that is going to be the detriment of England. England should play to the strength as Ryan keep on rating. Start 4 at the back, 2 in midfield, and get the better personals up top. And that's what I was saying, start Sterling all that. Sterling must sit down for the bench, boss. Start better players. Start Grealish on the left-hand side, Sancho on the right, or even Saka on the right.
Nonsense, brother.
I'm not kidding, man.
That is just
Sterling must come off the field.
You just keep sense over and over.
Boss.
England has played 3 matches and scored 2 goals. And all of the goals have gone to Sterling. Why you want to drop your only goal scorer on your side?
Okay. That's that. Since you're on that point, throughout the entirety of last season, Manchester United were down and out right throughout the entire season.
No.
With the goal, yet he was thrashed. He was literally trashed throughout the entire game. That's just Sterling as well. He's trashed through the games. Pops up with a goal. I think that. I must say.
Here's the thing. Why Sterling will start?
No, you have to remember. This is a tournament football.
Yeah.
The margins them are very small. And the moment
it's because Kane drops a deep too. You need runners.
England only score 2 goals in 3 matches, and all of the goals them scored by Raheem Sterling. How you forgot bench man?
There's one reason why England are dependent on Raheem Sterling right now. You know why? Because Kane has been woeful throughout the entirety of this tournament.
No, but even though Kane has been woeful, Kane has been playing a different role from when he used to play over the years. He's dropping more into midfield. So when he drop more into the midfield now, who is gonna make the runs?
Run.
Because Grealish not gonna make those runs.
All I'm going to say to you guys, start Sterling tomorrow. I'll be happy to see Sterling start.
and he's gonna start tomorrow.
Of course he's going to start, and I shall be one of the happiest German fans.
But Levan, do you realize that Kane's role, even for Tottenham, has changed, right?
Yeah, he has somewhat turned into How that best say?
A better Firmino. What Firmino wanted to be.
He's a drop off forward now, man. He's
All right, so I believe they classify it as a secondary striker.
Something I said to you. Him role change, so him come a bit more deeper, right? If you said play Grealish and Kane gonna come deeper for the ball because Grealish is the one who want the ball and feed, run with the ball and feed. He's not gonna make the run them behind Kane. Saka not gonna make those runs neither. You make it 1 and 2 times, and the only one who would have made those runs is Foden. Sancho again gonna need the ball and feed. So who is gonna make the runs then?
No, Sancho is the type of player who want to see defenders in front of him.
Yeah, Sancho want the ball and feed. You want the ball and feed to do what you want to do.
England as runners is just that they're not using them. Even the same man that is bugged sometimes at Manchester United, Marcus Rashford, that is another runner.
Yeah, but Marcus Rashford, you can see, even the blind can see, say Marcus Rashford is a bit off.
Oh, and Sterling is on.
Bro, if Sterling is the only one that making the runs, and he's the only one that's scoring the goal.
That's that. Say no more because Rashford is off and Sterling is on. Say no more.
Anyway, just another point. You realize that every time England is supposed to pick a squad or play a game, something leak because Trent never gonna make the squad according to the media. Then Trent made the squad. Then during the other games, you hear say this and that going to happen. And then when the game come, it don't happen. Now you hear say back three go and play. All kind of something always come out. And most of the times, what is coming out is not correct. I'm not saying that they won't be correct tomorrow, but I'm just saying that so far a lot of the things that have been leaked leading up to the tournament, into the tournament, is not so. So I hope, for common sense purpose, that the back three argument is nonsense.
But Ryan, one thing we have to say about the Trent thing, it was a coward move by Southgate, picking so many fullbacks. It was just a coward move.
Remember, no, normally you get 23 spots, you get 26, you basically get 3 free players to carry.
Yeah, but why?
All right, let's move on. We're not going to turn this into an English show because we don't live too much for England now. Time to move on.
Talk about Germany, don't know? Because when you get a chance to talk about Germany, talk about England.
Boss, I said that England will win tomorrow.
No. Levan,
I think Germany has a very good chance of winning because England might allow them to win.
Boss, stop on the crap we're allowed to win. If Germany win, Germany win by playing.
We can't go with that disrespect. They will allow them to win.
Ryan,
don't come with England going to come negative. England will come negative and don't play them. And as such, that will allow Germany to win.
Whose fault is that? We're not business about the negative football.
We're not talking about your business. We're not talking about your business, bro. We're not talking about
what do you think about the match tomorrow?
What I think about the match tomorrow, I already said it. England will win.
Nobody come with the something, man. Just tell me what you think about the match tomorrow, man. Nobody with that something we are trying.
All right, that's all. Be honest. If they hear me keep on say England are going, back my team 100%. Even though I dislike Joachim Low is one of the worst coach at the tournament. Point that out long time. Still about Germany to beating.
World Cup winning coach.
Boss man. Joachim Low is like Didier Deschamps, two idiot. No much difference. But still, as I said, back in England, back in Germany to get the win.
No, Joachim Low, they win the Joachim Low, they win the Cup in a style still.
Yeah, but what he did in 2018 and what has he done since then? Nothing.
He haven't done anything since. That's why he's leaving his post, and that Bayern Munich ex-coach is taking over.
Yeah, man, and I'm happy that Hansi Flick is coming over now. Time to see some attractive football, man. Final game tomorrow, we'll see Sweden taking on Ukraine. The Swedish who have impressed, especially with their striker Alexander Isak. A lot of people are actually surprised by him, but he's a player known for the longest while. Ukraine, on the other hand, they have been led by a man who can't even play a game for West Ham, but he has done very well for them in this tournament. Talking about Andrei Yarmolenko.
Yarmolenko.
With these two going up against each other tomorrow, we think is going to get the better of the other. Kims.
So similar to what we saw in the Belgium Portugal game, I think it's going to be one of those games. I think it's going to be definitely a snooze fest. Probably a 1-0, 1-1 going to penalties. I think I definitely think these teams are more evenly matched. So I think they'll cancel out each other. So I'll go with Sweden. I'll go with Sweden to win in penalties, but I think it's going to be a snooze fest.
All right, Ryan.
To be honest with you, I don't even know. I don't know what to make of this game. I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't know. I am not. This is the round of 16 game. Nobody is interested in. So anybody that advance, it don't really make a difference to the dynamics of the tournament.
The disrespect.
It is what it is.
Yo,
I have some interest, man. My boy Victor Lindelof is playing much.
It kind of give me the same feeling
That's a bad,
like the whale. Oh, yeah. It kind of give me the same feeling like the whale Denmark match. But I think victorious in this match is nothing too much to talk about. You know what I mean? More than that same Isaac Ishak.
All right. We're going to talk about some track and field in a minute, but let me just give the scoreline in the games that took place in the Jamaica Premier League over the weekend. So, first up, it was Mount Pleasant against Tivoli Gardens at in the 0-0. We saw Cavaliers getting a 2-0 victory over Humble Lions. Humble Lions, who is, the man I'll down to my grandfather play for them right now. That boss, can you believe that a team has an average age of 32? I expect that this team can actually challenge.
What?
Yeah, they have an average age of 32, boss.
That's
But
possible.
people are saying that they're saying that we shouldn't be surprised. You know why? Because of the coach. Andrew Price is the one that is coaching them. So from Boystone, they come straight through. This man loves the old players.
Mike Henry, them boss.
Next up was Portmore United getting a 2-0 victory from Bombay All Then earlier on today, it was Veer 0-0, and then Waterhouse and Aberview with a 1-0 draw. Aberview it was a brilliant goal by Okwesa Chang, former JC footballer. It was a good goal, man. Now we move on to some track and field. We're going to start off with the Jamaica National Trials. First up, the 200 meter for women, because we're not going to talk about those men. Those men are half full, literally. It was said that a lot of people expected that Elaine Thompson would have redeemed herself in the 200 meter since as she has a very poor start in the 100 meter. Now, when she got her shot at redemption, she was once again put under the cosh by, guess who? None other than Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price and Shericka Jackson. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price ran 21.79 a PB, first time dipping under 22 seconds. Also, Shericka Jackson ran 21.82, first time clocking sub 22 as well. Elaine was third in 22.02. Kims, I know that you're, as I said, you're probably Elaine liar, but boss, hasn't it become turn to keep on hearing her talk about, I was carrying an injury and not? Aren't you tired of that same mythical stuff that she keeps on saying?
All right. So first of all, she's probably watching right now. I want to say happy birthday to Elaine. Today's Elaine's birthday. So, I have to give her greetings. Happy birthday, Elaine. Right? No, check me out. To be honest with you, I was in complete shock, right? I was in complete shock. Not only that Shelly, ran sub 22, but that she actually won the 200 meters. This was, if someone said to me, Kems, bet your money, say Shelly can't win. But I bet all of the money in my bank account, right? And congrats to Shelly. She did well. And as she said, she's a finisher now, and she was even 150, 160, 170, 180. She's still pulling away. Shericka Jackson tried to come closer, but it was only Shericka Jackson because, Shericka Jackson using that 400-meter strength. But Elaine was nowhere in the picture. Shelly passed her from the curve. From the curve, Shelly passed her, and then there was no turning back after that. So, and I also a point I made yesterday, I said, Steve Frenzzyy is probably the greatest coach in Jamaican history, probably one of the greatest coaches in the world, but he must be embarrassed. He could never get Shelly under 22 seconds. He could never get Shelly under 10.7. And now one season with this new coach, 10.63, 21.79. And if you notice, every athlete that came out, if you talk about Stephanie McPherson, if you talk about all those athletes coming out saying, oh, they weren't getting the attention they needed. Some saying, oh, Stephen Francis is not my coach. Paul Francis is my coach. Everybody just correcting themselves because I don't know what's happening in the MVP camp, but Shelly looking like a genius right now, and she is the woman to beat right now. Can't believe I'm saying that, but she's definitely the woman to beat.
But if you look at it though, I think Stephen mentioned it probably a few years back that he's kind of taking a backward step in terms of coaching.
You know that you have these type of coaches. We even have them in football who kind of just who prepare athletes to win, but not necessarily to break records. They are conservative in a sense, except that they get to match up, sir?
Yeah.
Like you have a good team and you say, all right, go out there and win 1-0 or 2-0 when you can actually win 4 or 5-0. So you're consistently winning, but you're not winning as big as you're supposed to. I think Steve May is one of those coaches. He prepares you to win big events, but not to actually break the record.
And one more thing, Levon. I see Akil Henry asked a question to say which one was more impressive, the 21.61 at Oregon or Shelly time. It's hard to ignore 21.6 because Gabby Thomas, a girl who I've been watching, and she does the same thing like Shericka Jackson, 100, 200, 400, but she actually used the 400 to improve her 200. And each race she ran, it was a personal best. Heats, personal best. Semifinals, personal best. Finals, big personal best. So I would say that is probably a bit more impressive. Do I think Gabby Thomas will beat Shelly at World Champs? Probably not. But at this current time, I think Gabby Thomas. I think that time was more impressive.
All right, Akil, you're pointing out at the time that it was run, but what you have to take into consideration that it is the second fastest time ever, so you can't ignore the second fastest time ever. You can't. You just have to give credit where credit is due. Yes, you could say that conditions might have been, if it was probably a little bit cooler and all of that, or it was less humidity, then yeah, Shelly probably could have gone faster. But we're just here making assumptions right now. We just have to talk about what's on the surface. As Kim's alluded to, will Gabby Thomas beat Shelly at Olympics? The possibility exists. It also doesn't exist. Reason being, when you're at the Olympics, there comes this. You have to use up the mentality there. And when you're probably in the Olympics and you look across your lane and you see a Shelly and Fraser Price, that within itself can just discombobulate your own mindset. So there's a lot of things that we have to factor in when it comes down to these things. So I agree in that sense. Also, you may mention of Stephanie and McPherson. She dipped below 50 seconds. Well, she ran 49.61. Very good time as well. And she said that, guess what? She's probably in 48 shape. Right? What do you think about that?
Shelly McPherson's what now? Age 33?
Yeah.
And dipping for the first time. And it seems as if some of these athletes are peaking late, or their coaches weren't allowing them to go out as fast as they actually could.
Sorry, and you're the girl that never get enough attention.
Which one do you? No, I mean that as well. It can be involved, but I'm saying what I just said in terms of maybe they could actually go a lot faster all along. And we might consider that they are peaking late when they actually could be doing these times all along, but they weren't. They weren't pushed to do it. But for Stephanie though, let us see how she moves going forward to see if she can maintain or even do the 48 that she said she can do. It's interesting to see.
All right. The thing that bothers me about her is that she has not showed up at a major competition thus far. She hasn't. No, I'm going to post this one to Dazzler because the field this year is not as stacked as it would normally be, knowing that Nasir is out because of for violation. Then Shani is not contesting the 400 meter. They said, because I know that she ran it at the Bahamian national trials and she won it, but they said that she won't be partaking in that event come Olympics. No, with the field not as stacked as before, do you think that it's a time for Stephanie to go on and claim a major title? That's all.
It's about time, because to be honest, most of us are losing, like we're losing patience with Stephanie. I don't know when it reached to like the major tournaments, them like she just fold up. Like you know, walk out in with any confidence in her and them stuff there. So I think it's about time right now.
And you know what it kind of remind me of? You remember an athlete by the name of Kali Spencer? She always does well on the circuit, and whenever it comes on to major games,
Yes.
Bro,
girl just crumble like a cookie.
Bro, you sing the same song when me I sing.
Khalid is the Asaf of a women.
I two of them I always remember in a one group. Kali Spencer and Stefan.
But let's see if the attention that she said that she's getting this year will actually work out, because as I said, the field is not as stacked as it was before. You could probably say what's the girl that won at US Trials name is? Was it Quinera Hayes or was it Jessica?
No, Quinera Hayes won.
So it was Quinera Hayes that won, and she ran what 49.7, I believe. And as I said, it is not as far fetched as once was, but let's see how that go. Also over in US was a world card.
But I'm prior to even medal though. At least a medal.
Yeah, that's the least we expect this time around. Yeah. At least a medal.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, we look over to the US trials and people are going to say, oh, because the track is fast, but we can't take away nothing from that run by the 21-year-old Sydney McLaughlin. She has been doing very well right through the entirety of this year. And I know that Kim is going to sing a tune that we sang the other night, that the change of coaching, man. She ran 51.90, the first woman to actually dip below 52 seconds in the hurdles. Kims, take it away.
All right. So Sydney, man. When it come on to Sydney now, is that when she went to the World Championships and she came second, it wasn't even about the fact that she came second. There were some mechanics that she had with her hurdling that she wanted to improve, and and this is what I always say about greatness. When you want to achieve greatness, don't make, oh well, I came second, I'm the second fastest woman in the world, so I'm okay with that. No, you have to consistently be hungry, you have to continue being hungry. So what this new coach did, he started her running some 100-meter hurdles, getting her to use different legs, left, right, working on her mechanics and so. Because if you check it out, this is her, I believe this is her fourth 400-meter hurdle she run all season. But also another thing I'd like to mention is that every time she and Mohammed run in a competitive race, like a championship race, the world record is broken. They did it at the US trials, they did it at the World Championships, and now they do it at the Olympic trials as well. So we can only look forward that the record probably goes lower at the Olympic Games.
All right. One quick correction. So they said Stephanie finished 4th in 2013, and I believe one of the athletes was banned. So she was elevated up to third place, so she has a bronze in the event.
Eh?
Yeah. Well, let's continue. As we're saying, the difference with me per se, and I'm sure that Kings might agree, and Ryan to some extent, when I look at some of these US athletes, a lot of people love to say that, oh, guess what? The track is fast. Is this, is that, but you can see the difference between an athlete we could say, oh, it's just because of the track why this athlete runs fast, vis-a-vis an athlete that is naturally talented, that you can say, oh, it's not just about the track.
Yeah.
You see the talent there, and this Sydney girl has been dominating from high school days, come right through the collegiate circuit, right into senior. And it's like a lot of people are forgetting that. I don't remember if it was fourth or third she came as a 16-year-old at the US trials. So it's not just yesterday this girl has been running fast, and yeah, man, go ahead.
This is the thing. This is the thing with Jamaicans, you know. Jamaicans believe say only Jamaicans must run. Only Jamaicans must run fast. So anytime somebody else run fast, they come up with the PEDs, they come up with the track is fast. And I'm saying in 2022, the World Championships will be kept at this very same track. So I want to see those very same fast times from the Jamaican individual, especially the Jamaican men who can't seem to run fast. If this track is so fast, they should be able to run fast on this track. As you said, all these American athletes are super talented. If we talk about Noah Lyles, like this guy's personal best is 19.5 in the 200, and he ran 19.7, and people saying, "Oh, the track is fast." Like, come on now. There comes a point in time where we have to give our competitors credit and say they're just better than us.
If we're going to be honest about the thing, US is trying to get back to be the sprint kings of the world.
No, they are. They are right now. They are right now. They've been.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they are not. I'm just saying that they're putting in the requisite work to get back. Fine, they are that right now, but they're going to try to prove it at the Olympics and try to maintain it. So it's on us now to try and hold what we have and maybe try to groom better athletes. But it's just the women we have.
Well, and I don't remember who made. I think someone made a point. I think it was probably Sean Davis. He made a point that Jamaican men's sprinting has never been of elite caliber.
I didn't make that point though.
You had made it as well. Until
that's where I said something like it was 2 or 3 generations apart.
But all right, I get what you're saying, but a lot of people are saying that it was actually female sprinting that put us on the map, but false.
No, it was a male sprinting that put us there back in the days.
Yeah, but Ryan, remember that.
The females have been more consistent over the years.
Ryan, what I'm getting at though is that people have been
most
arguing
quarter
that
milers we have as female.
Yeah,
that was putting us on the map.
As male, after winter and so back in the 40s and 50s.
The females, quarter milers, them hurdlers or whatever, those were the ones that were putting us on the map. And after that, now then the male sprinting factory did open up. It kind of closed down now. So I don't know.
Yeah, but what we have to still know is that the gap between our last golden era for men was like 2 generations, maybe 3 generations apart.
Even more.
So it's not that the women have been the ones who were consistently getting us. Remember when we used to come home with 6 medals and 5 medals, And then the women and bring home 4.
It was a big thing.
Exactly. It was the women who were bringing them
Ryan,
home.
it come back to what we were discussing Friday night, And it's something that if you look right across life, it can be proven that women generally are more focused and more disciplined than men.
In a real life.
Right across the board.
Yeah, in a real life. In a real life right now when you're in a
job. Exactly.
And especially within Jamaica. But
I would have said Jamaica alone. I'm not going to single out and say Jamaica alone. Right.
No, man, I'm talking. No.
Well,
It's right.
based on what with
I
the
like
Jamaican, that we say. The women way more focused than the man them, in
But
various areas in life.
next thing that we're trying to get at, because as Kim said, it was something that I see a lot of people talk about. Oh, the track is fast. All right, so Kim's pointed out.
No,
Lies,
no, hold on, point. As I talk about track is fast, I was in Atlanta. I think it was last year or something like that, and I was talking to someone and I was asking why America always bring the trials to that fast track, because we're not gonna go around the fuck, the track they fast, So he was telling me it's a psychological thing.
Yeah.
That's when he carry all the athletes them run these fast times, and it kind of give them a psychological advantage when they go in the
But you realize how the Americans also run the heats in the Olympics? They normally run fast in the heats, So it has been their thing from ever since. Remember when Kamalita Jetta used to fly through heats?
Yeah.
And then come in a final, come third.
But this is the thing. This is the
Has
thing.
been their thing.
This is the thing, though. Ras. Like, this is a brand new track, Like, this is a brand new track. Like, this is not the old Oregon. This is brand new. So, are you telling me that the track is just this? Like, Oregon is just fast? Damn.
Yeah, Oregon fast, but here what happened now? You have to realize that this is the track technology increase, So more we go along, the tracks them out get more faster, and athletes will run more faster because that EV for one new track.
Level on him should there the time when we are talking about technology and running.
Yeah, man, that beat wallet to sickness, man.
But wouldn't so we wouldn't isn't the stadium track fast? That's where I did my personal.
Hold on, Kims. Josh just said it, just said the blue track that is at National Stadium is quicker than the one that was previously there.
Yeah,
So
that's a fact. That is all because of technology, bro.
Kims, watch the TV.
You tell it off here.
Oh, come on, because
what is that?
May you play ball, run left me in a football, so.
Is a ball game speed and track speed are two different speeds, man.
True.
But
no one they want in track and field, man, them fear play football now. Cause it's all about speed.
I made a 100-meter final, I made a 100-meter final at National Stadium. Real talk.
And where you come?
No, I'm never going last, but I wasn't among the medals, So
okay, fair enough.
Between 5th and 8th, I'll just say that between 5th and 8th.
That sounds like an 8th place. But two things I want to point out about Czech and people before I move on. As I said, Noah Lyles, Kim's alluded to run the 19.7, but also Kenny Bednarik who finished second. This guy has been consistently running 19.8 all season long. So to see him got 19.7, you can't just discredit that totally. And he has run the 19.8 outside of US as well. So you have to factor in those things. And the person that I'm really happy for.
But Levan, who is discrediting it, by the way?
A lot of people and well.
The Facebook coaches. The Facebook coaches. They were discredited.
Especially one of your favorite person, Wally West.
Hey, are you talking about Wally West now? And Wally West called me and bad me up, bro. Yo, jump on the two, brother. Me don't talk already, and he say, yo, bro, this.
So
Wally West a G, man.
Levon, are you moving on from track and field now, or?
No, man, this is very good.
From track and field before you talk about Omar McLeod, You cannot move on,
Yeah, that come on, man. Why you think I leave that for last? I just want to play to that. I'm happy for Arian Knighton, the 17-year-old, who is
Yes,
also
sir.
going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
19.82,
Where he come from?
supremely gifted. If you watch the US collegiate circuit, man, you would have seen him, man.
Yeah.
He's just climbing right up.
Yeah, me never
I think
see him, me never hear about him. Now, no, me go see this come and pop up and me I say, where he come from?
he had run.
So
He had
hold
run.
on, let me ask you a question. We can call time and Kevin a career
No, too
No,
early.
brother, you can't do that.
too early
Too early.
because the 200 was around 23 points something and come last.
Too early to
But you
call it,
can't.
man.
No, but you can't.
But all right,
like,
all right,
really-
all right.
And
When we
the-
say call time, I mean call time on her career as an elite, as the elite athlete that people were saying she was
No,
supposed
no,
to.
man. Too
No,
early for
you-
that,
You
right?
still think
you
too early?
know,
Two
you
more
know,
years,
Kevona
two more
was supposed to
years, 2 more
still.
years, and
You know,
then you can
Kevona
do
was
it.
supposed to still be at champs, right?
Champs.
Yes.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was supposed to still be at.
she
If
leave
she
a
never
year early,
decided
man.
to go,
Yeah,
she was supposed to still be at champs.
Yeah, 1 more year at chance.
So we can't.
I
We
thought
can't.
about,
Yeah, I think so.
I
We
thought she
can't.
was like 20 now or going 21.
19.
19,
oh.
man.
Yeah, man, we can't. We
Ryan,
can't.
Ryan, no one beating her, Ryan.
No, that's the thing. I thought she was like 20 going 21. Which is
No,
why I
sir.
say what I say. I never know she was still. Never know she was
No,
But
still
even,
teenager.
You have three girls coming up.
Even if man 21, Ryan, you have to give him like about
Still too
2 more
early.
years before you can say,
No.
he definitively said,
What?
all right.
Only thing about
He's not
21, that'd be big
she's not
news.
in the elite list.
the only thing about Kevona for me is that I think she has a mental hurdle that she needs to get over. You know, I think
That's the
I
first
don't-
step.
Yeah, I don't think mentally she's okay. I don't know if it's because she's in Texas now, so she miss her family, or whatever the case may be. It always take a little time for adjustment, but to call quits on her career, I definitely don't think.
Yeah, but the same mental thing that you talk about, say Kevon, even when Kevon run record time and she never seems to be a happy chappy head. She never feel like happy and overwhelmed by the exploits which she's making at the track and field.
Sometimes I overwork, man. Based on the amount of work she put in throughout the season, boy, a rough boy. Because I've heard athletes from Edwin Allen complain about the workload. So after
you can,
these things.
but Levan, even after all these workload and then you're victorious and win medal, you just don't seem happy. The body language just seems like glum.
It's just
like
it's just another day, man. It's just another day. I have far way to go, so it's just another day. Simple as that.
I think
Let us see how she transitions.
When they always just notice that with her, say our body language never seems like.
Yeah, man. Give Kevona 2 more years, man, and she should be all right.
All right, James. Good thing that you point out because I'm going to give 3 of them 2 more years. That is Brianna, Kevona, and Ashanti Moore because I like the progress that I've seen with Ashanti Moore this
Definitely.
Yeah, Ashanti Moore look promising.
About Nugent.
And Brianna
no, man, Nugent is for the hurdles, man. I don't want to see Nugent in
Brianna will be there because our program, she have a nice program and she will
you prefer Nugent in the hurdles than the flat?
She's a better hurdler than
that's Nugent race, man. Nugent will come good in the hurdles as well. I just know her time as yet, but she'll come
good. Before I move on, this man in the background keep on telling about give Jazeel Murphy 2 years as well.
Jazeel.
All right. Let me tell you with Jazeel Murphy. Honestly, so Jazeel Murphy is a youth where me run in my time, right? I run against Jazeel Murphy. Very, very, very good athlete. Very, very injury prone. But if you look at that 100-meter where I'm running, it's coming like the man stop in that 100-meter and then him continue. And him end up run 10.34, I think him run. Never make it to the semifinals, but if him can stop in our race and still come back and beat some people and run 10.34, I think he could have made the team. I think he can beat Javon Mintz.
Yeah, man, I agree. I think he can beat Yohan Blake as well because Yohan Blake is a bug. But couple more things to point out before
we would have said Yohan Blake is a bug. I would have rather say is is reaching to his twilight of his career or something like that.
Long up in spikes now.
Yeah,
But-
but just call him a bug like that. It sound a weird level. Trust me.
That's
you want play?
that's the. We know that Jamaicans don't like the truth, but they just have to speak the blunt truth. And it's a bug. But one thing before I move on to the big argument, Ryan Benjamin also ran the second fastest time ever in the 400-meter hurdles, came very close to the world record, and also what's his name again? Grant Holloway. Grant Holloway ran 12.81, just 0.1 seconds outside of the world record. And with that being said, we're just going to jump right over into the big argument. Now,
Your hurdle.
a particular going to jump over that hurdle. So you have this Jamaican athlete. His name is Omar McLeod. Right? He ran in the the semis. He ran 13.04. No mental hurdle whatsoever. Just go out there and just run fast. See? Then later on in the evening, there comes Grant Holloway, 12.81. The final was slated for yesterday morning. Now, Omar McLeod ran. Before the race took place, one Kim said that Omar McLeod is going to crash into a hurdle and then he's going to come and cry. So said, so done. I can't even find back the post that he said it, and this was long before the race took place. And
yeah, come rushing about it.
Yeah, and it happened. Kem said it, man. Then guess what? After the race took place and everything, it was finalized. It was Ronald Levy, ahead of Damian Thomas, ahead of one Ansel Parchment. Now Omar McLeod finished in what? Last. I don't even want to say hate. I want to say last. Dead last. I know this man creating a big scene. All over talking about the conditions weren't perfect. I went to a doctor and said it was because of fatigue and I had cramps and all of that. And I hope that I get a shot to defend my title and all of that. Okay. First thing, if you're feeling cramps and all of that, I want to know that. Could he, yes, that is what I'm going to go to. Why isn't it that he never get a referral from a doctor and get a medical exemption that he could probably run afterwards and make the qualifying standards? Because as people keep on saying, he's the second fastest in the world at this point in time, right? So since as you're feeling cramps and all of that, why didn't you seek a medical exemption just like Rashid Bradbell did? All right, let's jump over that now. Because I'm going to get you guys' views, you know. I'm just breaking it down in sequence. Now, after that, this man is going to say that hope he gets the chance to defend this title. Why should you get the chance to defend your title when all 8 guys had the same amount of recovery time and all of that, and they went out there and they fairly earned. Man, they just get up and just jump in now. The man them earn them position to go to the Olympics. Why should I give up my dream of making
Jamaica still have that exemption. Remember, they did it for Merlin and Petagay down there back in 2000. It still exists where they can remove one run and put in another.
Yes,
it still exists, but it's going to create a problem.
I don't believe in it, because if you're going to tell me to run to qualify, you make the rule them in us to run and qualify. And then me go qualify. Why are you going to take my spot?
That's the point. No, as I was saying, right? First and foremost, as I said, Ryan, why should I give up my spot just to please this man? Why? No, Kems.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to get your views first, you know, because, boy, as I keep on telling people, nothing but that 12.81 from Grant Holloway mashed up that dude's psyche. He also mentioned, he indirectly said it in his post, because he said that he was planning to go there and run fast. So he indirectly said it. So your take on it.
All right. So before we even give a take on that, Akil Henry was asking, how is Omar a choker? So let me explain to you how Omar is a choker. Right? As I've lamented many times. Anytime if you want to beat Omar, make up some noise when you warm up and so beside him, make up some noise. Angry up your face, run over 2 hurdle, lit down 2 hurdle, get him nervous, right? And then when you do that now, he might get nervous, and he's not a great hurdler. He's fast, but he's not a great hurdler. So he's going to hit at least 4 hurdles. There's 10 hurdles, I believe there is. He's going to hit at least 4 of them. All right. So each and every time we expect Omar, apart from Olympics 2016, okay, good job, right? But each and every time after that, whether it be the Diamond League, whether it be the World Championships in 2019, as soon as him see somebody beside him who is either of the same caliber or
better
than him, he just chokes. He just chokes, hit over the hurdle and so. So now, in that race, as you rightly said, Levon, Akil also says pride where I'm never asked for medical exemption. Well, if it's pride where I'm never asked for medical exemption, he's not showing any pride right now because he's now coming out and now he's basically asking Hansa Parchment because he could be asking Ronald Levy or
Damian Thomas.
So
he's going to ask somebody who has actually gone to Olympics and get a medal.
He's definitely asking one of them.
That would be very brave.
Or because obviously he's number 2 in the world, but I'm telling you, even if let's do the hypothetical, if Hansa Parchment say, okay, Omar, you could take my spot, I guarantee you at Olympics he will fall. I get like 100%. This is just his reputation. Every single time he goes against elite competition, he's going to fall. You see, in 2016, there was absolutely no pressure on Omar. No one said Omar was going to win the gold in 2016. In 2019, though, we said, yeah, Omar Olympic champion, so he's going to be world champion as well. He's going to win. He's going to win the gold. Fail. This he ran. What was his time left on before Grant Holloway? Because he had the fastest time before
13.04.
13.04. Yeah. So now when Grant Holloway run the 12.81, in Omar's mind now he's like, all right, he run 12.81. Let me send a message as well. That is what he was saying. Let me send a message as well. But then he's just not a great hurdler. If I was like Omar, just win the race. Just win the race.
All right, Kim, it's a good thing that you point that out, because even Grant Holloway, after I ran the 12.81, you know what the man said? The man said, my coach said, just go there and execute my race. The time will come. The man never go there with that mind, say, yo, I'm going to run fast. Man just say, yo, execute the race. That's all Omar needed to do. Just go there and execute.
The first order of business is to get on the plane.
One thing I always say still. I say, like how he was like the defending champion, I always feel the champion must have a route to defend them title.
They do it at the world.
That's a world championship.
Yeah, but not Olympics.
Olympic does not allow that.
Yeah, me know. In a world championship, you have a wild card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you can go in as a wild card. Yeah, but me always just say, I always think say, once you win like a tight and you're active on the scene same way, the circuit same way, you're supposed to have a way.
I can agree with that.
To defend the title. But when
I can agree with that.
Bro, when saying that, me I watch the man on social media all both over social media and the man just a moan and a groan. I mean I say, bro, remember them you already know how the things set already. Them have the trials and the times and them something there. So you run out now and come dead last now. And all you do a point, look like you point your fingers. Pan the man they were qualified.
At this literally at this demand them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like come here see somebody social media post and me I say, what wrong with the youth?
Yeah, that's
the rules are the rules, you know.
When Kems, as when said, the man is such a cry baby bread. Look on some of the man social media post them. So some of them we can't even read them, we just skip gone past them like I heard them around to in a bit. May I tell you the truth?
Like Akil
all over the social media just acting up like as if it's somebody else's fault than his.
Like what name there? Like what Akil said, Kenny Harrison. You remember when Kenny Harrison never get to go to, she never get to go to the Olympics.
It was the Olympics. You're correct.
Yeah, she never get to go to the Olympics.
Because I'm thinking about it. Isn't this her first Olympics?
The very first one.
Okay.
And she's a
And she's a world
world
record holder.
Yep. And US now we don't want US don't want you to excuse, and them say that is why we run the races. Understand? Because if we never want, okay, yeah. If we just still want to go off, okay, you're the world record holder, you're the Olympic champion, then we would not run the races. We run the races to see who is in the best shape, at this time, and that is it. We want to know what is going on now. It's unfortunate for Omar, but hey, the other two persons, they earned their place. Omar can probably come to be on the relay team. Some compromise, okay, come.
What's happening better than him? So he can go and run on the 4x1.
Yeah, he can run on the 4x1. That's okay. But in terms of,
as we keep on pointing out, seeing you had two opportunities to make this team. One, go out there and execute your race, go run your race. Or two, go for the medical exemption.
Yes, you feel cramps.
That's what he said. He felt cramps. He feel cramps.
When saying all the way we are saying them. When we are with
Anyway.
we are saying, you know, Jamaica love a little controversy. So maybe he'll be on the team going.
No, I was just going to say that, you know, Jamaica is a country where if you make up nice, people pay your mind.
All right, all right. So we're going to argue on that line now. So all right, you make up nice. Then throw away answer parchment. Seeing? No, Rashid Bradbell that also has a medical exemption proves his fitness and run faster than what these guys are running. You're going to tell me that you're going to throw away Damian Thomas as well?
I don't think you can go as far as that. The reason
No, but
tell you
that's that. Look at it though, you know. Look at it. Remember, say Rashid Bradbell got the medical exemption before trials, you know. This man has a medical exemption. Seeing? And they tell him that if he can prove his fitness before a particular time, he will be going. So answer parchment is still at risk of not going. But I'm saying,
I understand all that. But me just look on him now as the Olympic champion and all these things. So
you remember the scenario I brought up in 2000 with Merlin Atti and this? I know we nearly get Jamaica in a problem. I always have to come out and say Jamaica get on yourself and all else will kick on out. Because when them removed Dowdy, a large segment of Jamaica, the Jamaican contingent was against it and were demonstrating openly against it. So why do you want to go back down that road?
Because honestly, after that, I don't hear nor see anything about Peter Gay Dowdy, you know.
But
after that, she just gone right down the hill.
I mean, it must have permitted.
Yeah, man. I think she resigned off it immediately afterwards, man. Yeah, that just totally mashed up with. So
Levon, refresh my memory there. What was the dilemma between Shelley and Veronica Campbell? And what was that little thing that they had going on when
2008, right?
Yeah, so
I think it was the anchor for 2015.
In 2008.
The producer want to get in now. Go ahead.
What year was it again? 2013 or 2015?
2008, man.
So in 2008, Charles, right?
Yeah.
Remember that Shelley and Fraser was relatively unknown.
Yes.
So nobody never really know much about her, and then she came and surprised us at the national trials by coming in third, right?
Yes.
Then Karen Stewart and Sharon Simpson.
Yes.
But she was relatively unknown. Everybody was saying that she made the first spot for VCB.
Yes.
In the camera, right?
Yeah.
VCB because she hasn't proven herself like Karen Stewart or Sharon Simpson before. So, and she's relatively unknown. So give her first spot and let VCB run because VCB was like the 2007 world champion in the 100 meter.
Yeah, man, the top dog in the event.
Remember, she was the 2007 world champion in the 100 meter.
Yeah.
And then the year after that is Olympics. So she was like one of the favorites to win the 100 meter. So they said, give up this spot. There was a lot of cause for she to give up that spot to VCB. guess what? What happened at
Olympic
Olympics?
champion. So
Yeah. I remember that too. I remember.
All right, put it this way now. Let us. You say you don't hear from Peter Gaydode since then. If Shelley had given up her spot, maybe she would have been the next Peter Gaydode.
All of that too. All of that. Because me always have the little thinking there. If you say anybody who like must get a chance to defend them title. You know what I mean? I always think the way there. But if it cannot work in Omar favor, that's I just say go bad luck to him.
The man know the rules already. Go ahead.
But Resto, I understand what you're saying, and what I would suggest is that the IOC is the organization that's supposed to come in with a role like that, where the defending champion, right, are given the chance to defend their title, so it doesn't affect each country national trials. It would.
You know why I think.
But maybe
I think the World Championship. The World Championship does it because it's a 2-year cycle. The Olympic is 4 years, so that's a bigger cycle. 4 years, a lot happen. I can be 31, become Olympic champion, and then by 35, I don't qualify. I drop out in the semi-final. You're going to make me go run at an Olympic when I can't even make the final from a country.
I kind of overstand the point where you say Ryan, for real. Because the length of the time between this Olympics and the next one, you know what I mean? And you know what, I forgive a man go home, just go rest on him laurel, so and then next Olympics now you get up and say, yeah, I'm going to defend my title and all them little something there, you know what I mean? So you want to keep the competitiveness going the same way.
All right, I'm going to draw for a parallel, right? Somewhat nonsensical, somewhat sensible. So, with the same Omar situation, I book an appointment, seeing, for instance, the barber, because me will want to touch somewhere and look well fresh. So me call the barber and say, you know, someone
come, stop it, bro.
Listen, man. Listen. No, listen. I do that, seeing? So no say, I call the man long time and say, I come. Boom. Me reach now, seeing? And go see at least 5 other person in front of me. What the barber must know? Just make me come through and just say, oh, you know, so this man did call me, so yeah, this man must trim before you know, no, it don't work. So the 5 man them reach before me have to sit down and wait my turn. So just simply implying, then 3 man they finish either you Omar, stay with it.
No, you don't have to sit down, and wait. You can't you can't come in. You can't come in with a bag and drop it and make every one of them run out and then you go in and barber check and see a little prank.
You're joking, Ras. But I'm just simply saying, man. Omar, yeah, man, Kims, go ahead.
I guess we can finish that about Omar. I wanted to make a point about the 400 meter men, because you know that was a point of controversy where a lot of people never really understand if you're going to have an individual participant or they're only going to run the relays and so. So I wanted to just clear the air where that is concerned.
On the relays.
So where the 400 is concerned, as many of us know, the qualifying standard is 44.90. So Olympics was supposed to be kept in 2020. So they would have used the standard from 2019. So only 2 persons had that standard at that point in time, and that was Nathan Allen and Demish Gay. Right? Only those 2 had the standard. So now Olympics moved to 2021. So obviously everybody is trying to attain the standard, but the standard is still kept for Demish Gay and Nathan Allen. However, for Olympics, they don't have enough qualifying standard time. So now they have to take the next best times. So that guy will win the 400. I don't remember when name.
Sean Bailey.
Him.
What time he ran?
He ran 45.03.
Yeah.
0304, right? So he's going to now go to the Olympics. Chris Taylor is now going to go to the Olympics because they are the next fastest times in order to make up the pool of the 400.
So all of the games, they're pointing out that they have the A standard, which is 44.90,
yes,
and the B standard.
No. There's no B standard time in it. There's just one standard. But the
Also,
fact
it's 44% because they don't have enough competitors.
they don't have
just
enough
trying to
competitors, so they take the next best times to fill out the rest of the field. So now they basically got lucky. But I know the Facebook coaches are going to now come and tell me that, oh, you're stupid, and so I just want to clarify that so that they know why when they see Christian and them running, they know exactly why they're running. Hey, honey, let me call you back, all right? Let me call you back.
You're the greatest in the camp.
Yeah. I apologize. My bad. But yeah, so that's just what I wanted to point out. That's the only thing I wanted to point out. So that people know exactly what is going on when they see Chris Taylor suiting up in the 400 meters.
Okay.
All right, boss.
To the semifinal.
And this is where we're going to call it a night on the show. We have had over like 500 comments at one point. We have 30 viewers. I say thanks to all.
Yeah, no, Donkey Man don't retire. I'm just not good. A man asked if Donkey Man retire, just not good.
But hold on there. So one time I behind the scenes, I watched it about like 5 people and
the thing I grow, General. Thing I grow, man.
All right, sir.
You have to push it. You have to push it in your circle to Dazzler. Once you have sporting friendship in there, you have to push it, man. But I have to say thanks to all our viewers, all our commenters, because you guys are the one that keeps us entertained at times.
Yeah,
especially today.
I never read much because me just come on, me never know nothing about this.
Yeah, man, they beat your body on the first part.
Next time I will be reading, you know what I'm saying?
The people then beat your body, Dazzler, then say your connection poor, then say need to go up on the host stop next time.
Man, them guidance, is it?
So blessings. Thanks to Kims, Ryan, and Dazzler for the first time on the show, and also the producer Josh who makes it possible. Until next time, which will be Wednesday, just go to watch some Wimbledon, some NBA, some cricket, and some Euros. Until then, peace out.